Hey everyone, my name is Erick Cruz and welcome to Here I Am. This is a project that I've been working on for a couple weeks now. Really, I've been planning it for years or just had the idea of it, but now I'm just super excited to see it come together, like I said. And I wanted to talk about kind of the motivations for this channel, what really just gave me the idea of starting it, as well as some of the plan. So this channel originally came from the fact that whenever I study the Bible, I just get super motivated to share. Pretty straightforward. When I study the Bible, there's just so much truth, the way it connects between thousands and thousands of years, between different authors, carries the same message and the same theme throughout the whole thing. It's just beautiful. There's just so much truth to it, and I really love to share it. One of my favorite things to do is to really dig deep into the Bible, just get into like the original text, trying to understand the context of where it's coming from, and to really chew it over and try to find something new, try to find something bigger than what would happen if you just read the text and kind of moved on from it. So the thing is that whenever I read, I get this passion to share, but I end up frustrated because I don't really have a good outlet to share. Sometimes I'll do the thing on Instagram, I'll post a verse or whatever, or I might do a little text post, but it just never has felt enough to me. It's never really satisfied that itch that I've had for a long time. And so I've kind of had this idea running in the back of my head for a while. The other main motivator for this is kind of more deep. I grew up in the church, and when I first gave my life to Christ, like genuinely, I was baptized when I was 9, but I think my first genuine Christ moment of my life where I felt a genuine need for him in my life was probably around 11 to 13. And at this point, I was really bad at the whole Christianity thing. I don't know how many of you guys can relate with that, but I struggled a lot, and I would look at my peers and the leaders and I would be like, how are they so good at this? I'm terrible. I was dealing with a lot of things. I dealt with addiction and just had a really hard time trying to be the good Christian that I wanted to be. And because of this, I honestly went through a lot of pain for several years. And I pretty much did the whole thing, trial and error. I would keep on trying different things. Some things worked really well, but other things didn't. And I eventually kind of found my footing, and I overcame a lot of things that I used to struggle a lot with. Well, as I grew up in ministry, I started working with other people and other young Christians, and I realized they were going through the exact same things that I struggled with. And it really gave me a huge motivation to help support them and to want to be able to provide resources and some of the knowledge that I learned, because I just think back to myself and I'm like, man, if only I could tell myself what I know now. And I just want to be able to have an outlet to support people who are struggling. Kind of to encapsulate that thought, I want to create an environment of honesty and vulnerability. I feel like in today's society, those are two things that are really not so prevalent. In the church, it's supposed to be a place where you can feel safe to open up, but sadly, that's not the case a lot of the time and for a lot of people. Social media also does not really reflect honesty and vulnerability too much. Sometimes, if I'm being real, it can be kind of manufactured. So I just really want to create a space where we can be real with each other. You know, we're Christians, we're struggling. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely someone who still needs to grow a lot, someone who definitely needs to keep studying the scriptures, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I think with honesty and vulnerability, it creates a community of acceptance and of hope, which is something that I needed a lot as a kid, and I really want to give that to other people. I needed someone to tell me, hey, it's going to be okay, hey, it's going to be all right, it's going to get better, because it was, and it did, and I grew because of that. I want to share Christ's love to other people. I want to be able to send that message of hope that Christ gives us. And I think that first starts by us being honest with each other and being able to address the serious issues that are going in the background that we might not be so open to sharing with other people. So like I said, this is not coming from a perspective of I'm some great theologian or anything like that. I'm just a student, both literally and spiritually. I'm here to learn. And I believe that as Christians, we should always be learning, always be growing. Christianity is a relationship, and it's something that isn't static. We are always supposed to be growing. There's never an end point. God is too infinite for us to ever just say, all right, I've learned everything. Now let's go evangelize. No, I think we are always being taught, and I just want us to come together with open hearts and open minds to learn more about the God that we serve and the God that loves us. So yeah, if that seems like something you're interested in, I would really love to have you along the way. I'm super excited to see what's going to be down the road for us. If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing, leaving a like. You can also follow me on Instagram as well. I would love to have you in this little community I'm trying to establish, and I'm really looking forward to just growing and seeing what I learn and what we all learn, and seeing what God can do through this. So yeah, thanks for watching.